Hey guys, how you guys doing? Trevor here. How you guys doing? 안녕하십니까? 잘 지냈습니까? I hope you guys are fine. So today we have our old friend, our new friend, our friend.
It's not new anymore. It's Ash for the fourth time.
Ashraf Garthen. For those guys who don't know, we did a part 1 on F-5 visa, that's the permanent residence visa. And then Ashraf was going to come here and tell us the documents that he used to apply for his permanent residency visa. We took a video and I don't know where it went. I don't know. First of all, can you just give people a brief recap on the visa that you applied for, the type of F-5 visa that you applied for?
Yeah, so I'm a case study here.
Yeah.
Applied for is F-5-10. I'm a bachelor's graduate and I had my work experience, my F2 visa years count matched, so I was eligible to apply for F-5-10 visa. Actually, F-5 visa generally requires a long list of documents. The first document I got was the 영주자격 신청자 기본 정보. This is a Word document. It's a document you can download from HiKorea website. You have to fill it and it has like a checklist for almost all the F5 visas.
So like to check your eligibility,
yeah,
right?
To check which F5 visa you're eligible for and what are the documents you need to prepare. So it's a checklist. So when you prepare something, you put a circle or a tick. So this was the first one. It has the list and it has also some questions. Why do you apply for the F5 visa and so on. Document number 2 is of course the 통합신청서, which is the application form.
Yeah, it's the basic for every visa.
Exactly. Yeah, so. It's exactly the same also for F5 visas. Of course, I have to provide a copy of my passport, a copy of my ID, my F-7 visa, and a picture. Document number 4 is going to be a copy of your 집계약서, house contract. Number 5 is going to be the certificate of good conduct or criminal record. This is a very important requirement and it's not easy to get in most cases. Criminal record document, you have to get it from your country. You have to get it from your country. Sometimes I heard a lot that you have to get it from your country, not from your embassy. But if you have already submitted it in order to get a visa before the F5 visa, then you don't have to submit it anymore if you haven't left Korea.
I have a question on the certificate of good conduct. So I actually called the embassy and ask them about the certificate. They can organize and get it for you from Kenya. So does that count?
Here's the thing.
It's from the embassy, but at the end of the day, they don't produce the certificate. They only coordinate with like the police agency in Kenya, and then you have the certificate delivered to you. So the whole process takes like 8 weeks. You only need the basic documents like your passport and your ID, identification card, like my Kenyan ID. Does that count?
It counts actually, as long as it comes from the police department of your country. I think it counts. But here's the thing. Sometimes the embassy won't get the paper for you. I have friends who applied for the F2 visa jumping from E7 and they had to provide this document, but they couldn't get it through the embassy. They had to fly back to their home country to get it. Yeah, it's true.
So I think it depends on the country.
It does.
So if you're a Kenyan, just know that you can get the document through the embassy.
And of course, this document has an expiry period, usually 3 months to 6 months. So
really?
Like Korea needed to be issued within the previous 6 months. Also, in my case, when it comes to this document, I had to get it certified actually from the Korean embassy.
How do you say apostille or something? So like your country is not...
Yeah, we don't have the apostille agreement, so we had to get it stamped. So that's important. You had to get it stamped from the Korean embassy in your country or in charge of your country. The next document is called 신원보증서 or like letter of guarantee. It's a very simple document you can also get from HiKorea website. You just write down your name, your 외국인 번호, your alien registration number. You hand the paper after that to a Korean person. Could be your team leader, could be your professor. I'm not sure whether it can be your friend or not. But
it
anyway,
has
in my
to
case,
be a Korean?
it has to be a Korean.
Okay.
Who's gonna guarantee you in Korea except for a Korean?
I know you better than all the other Koreans. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, the one who writes the guarantee for you, or who gives you the guarantee, has to specify how many years is he going to guarantee you for. It's between 1 year and 4 years. Maximum 4 years and minimum 1 year.
What does guarantee means? Like,
so if you commit any crime, or he will be held accountable.
No way.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why my team leader gave me actually 2 years out of 4. But I was like, seriously, dude? After that comes the income statement. They specify that you can get one of 3 documents. You can get the income statement of the previous year. But for me, because I applied in April, I couldn't get the previous year's income statement out yet. You can download them usually from the tax office website.
Hometax.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's
Hometax. For the previous year, you have to wait until May of this year in order to be able to download it. If you don't download, if you want to, apply for the visa before May, then they will ask you to bring the year previous to the year that you can get. So I applied, for example, in 2022. And now we're still at the beginning. It's not May yet, so I can't get the income statement for 2021, but I can provide them with the income statement of 2020. So I provided that for them, and they told me we'll contact you later so you can provide us with the 2021 income statement as well.
Oh, okay.
Which they did.
After May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Optionally, I think I provided them with the slip of my previous salaries I got from my company. So this document I got from my company in order to match.
Okay.
Yeah. So I provide them with this document.
Well, like how many? Because you get each one every month, like for 12 months.
I got like exactly to the month I applied.
Oh, okay.
Because the income statement you get from the tax office, it's just the previous year, January to December. So in order to prove that I still have income this year, like
you
January,
give them your
February,
pay slips.
Exactly. Okay. For education, I proved that I graduated from a Korean university.
우수대학. You have to tell them.
우수대학, yeah.
So like
top 500.
The QS ranking, the university ranking, if your university is top 500, then it's considered as 우수대학. They give you like more points when you're applying to like F-5 visa, even F-2 visa, they give extra points.
So
for
just by knowing that, just show them that, okay, graduated from this university and it's in the QS ranking top 500. This is the name, and this is it. This is like one document. But usually if you're in Korea, they will know the ranking of the university, so you don't have to provide it. If you're coming from abroad, they don't know the university name, so you have to just go to the QS ranking, see the, just print out the paper and show them which university you graduated from. You have to also provide them a certificate of graduation from that university. Also, since I am a KGSP or GKS graduate, I gave them a copy of my GKS, what do you call it?
Like a certificate?
Yeah. This was optional. I wanted to provide as many documents as I can. Also, they ask you for the business registration certificate of the company you're working for. This is another requirement they ask for. 2 more documents regarding the employment, something called the 사대보험가입자 증명서. This is a document you can get from a website called 4insure.go.kr, I guess. An employment or 재직증명서 from my company, so a certificate of employment. So many documents in one shot. You get it for 10 years, and then when you extend, you don't have it's unconditional. But in order to maintain it, you have to visit Korea at least. If you're going to leave Korea, you have to visit Korea at least once every 2 years.
Oh, okay, I see.
I had to provide the KIIP 수증, the certificate of completion for the KIIP program, the Korean
Social Integration Program.
Exactly, thanks. I got stuck after the KI. I also prepared one additional document. I showed them my income statement that I got from the tax office or the Hometax website for the previous year, from 2017 all the way to 2020, I guess. It's additional. They didn't ask for it. I just provided it. As for the fees, I think it was 230,000. Usually for every other visa you apply, if it's new, you pay 130. The fees are 130 for the new application. For renewal, it's going to be 60. But for the F5 visa, it's 230,000 won.
How long did it take to get the visa?
That's a good question.
The interviews, like extra documents, because sometimes they ask for extra documents if you're from a certain country.
That's correct. So for me, it took exactly 3 months and a half.
That's a long time.
They tell you, when you apply, they tell you it will take up to 6 months. But here's the thing, here's the catch. It depends on the immigration office you visit, I think. Because I know people, my seniors, actually, one of my seniors, he waited for almost a year in order to get his F5 visa.
Wow.
He applied also for the F-5-10 visa. And he had to wait for 1 year. On the other end of this spectrum, I know someone who got it in 3 weeks. He's a professor and he's not in Seoul actually. He is in Sokcho. So he managed to get his F-5-15 visa, not F-5-10, within 3 weeks. Crazy quick.
Probably because he was a professor.
No, not you. I know a professor who applied for it and he got it after 4 months.
So like I'm thinking of just applying for the F5 visa. That means I need 2 months for the certificate of good conduct. And then I need to wait for another, let's say at least 3 months. That's like, it will take me half a year to get that visa, but...
You better get going then.
If you guys are curious about any other questions, you can ask me. Yeah, and I'm going to ask Ashraf. And yeah, peace.
좋아요, 구독. Alright, that's good.